What the hell? Yo, I want to talk about should Rematch be free? If you don't know, Rematch is the game from the creators of Sifu, and it's a soccer game slash football, whatever you want to call it. I'm just gonna be saying soccer because that's what I say. I'm from US. I'm sorry. That's what I grew up with. That's all I said. But yeah, it's a soccer game. It's called the Rematch. It's from the people who made Sifu, and a big discussion from the Rematch community that I see on the Reddit or even in the Discord, which is growing in size every day, by the way. The biggest discussion I see is whether or not this game should be free. No! Is the quick answer, but it's a big fat no. Not everything has to be free to succeed. In fact, as we see, I don't even have to mention some games, but there's tons of games that are free and die, even though they are free and have a large player base in the first week, but die within the coming next to 4 to 8 weeks. The reason this game is worth $30 and even more to me personally is because I love soccer, but that reason alone isn't why it should be worth $30 though. This game is genuinely the most fun I've had in such a long time. I didn't even know this game was something I was missing in my life. In a world where Nintendo is pricing their newest Mario Kart game to $80, this game is most definitely worth the $30. Hell, I'd even spend $60 to play this game, to be honest. I'm definitely going to be spending an extra bit of money to get like the deluxe edition that lets you play earlier. And I really like soccer because, you know, I grew up with this sport. I played it week in, week out. I eventually hated it for a little bit, even quit the sport for a little bit, took a little hiatus. Came back to it though. I love it even more than when I stopped liking the sport. That's a whole different story. And I just came back to it because of how beautiful this game really is. And this game gives me that same feeling when you actually play it and playing with friends, passing the ball around, just messing around. And don't get me wrong, there's people in Rematch that just want to dribble through the entire team. But the thing is, this game, you can't just do that. It incentivizes team play through passing, through positioning. It's really amazing how well they capture the essence of soccer. Even though I haven't played it like on an actual pitch in a long time, I just feel that feeling. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just there when I'm playing this game. I felt like when I played soccer, I was a really anxious player. Whenever I got the ball, I just wanted to give it back to someone, and I didn't want to carry it at all, even though you're supposed to sometimes. I feel like I would be such a different player now. I just feel like back then I was a different person off the field, and like I feel like that affected me on the field. Why am I trauma dumping right now? But I just wish I could play now. I wish I kept playing soccer. I wish I never quit. And I'm 23 now, so I'm like I'm not past my prime, but like I already stopped. There's no way I can continue, I don't think. Like, I mean, look at Lamine Yamal, bro 17, 18, he already has 100 appearances of Barcelona. Like, to me it just feels like I'm past that. But this game lets me feel a little bit like the thing I always wanted to be when I was younger. And I know some people might say, why is it a $30 game but still has a battle pass? But the battle pass is fully cosmetic stuff. Like, you don't even really need it. And also the game has a shop where you can buy it with coins that you earn. So it's not just specific to the battle pass. Battle passes are, I'm iffy on them. Fortnite really changed the game, but I'm indifferent about it having a battle pass. I can see why people wouldn't want it, but I can see why they want it too, because, you know, it'll support them for a very long time. And we can't forget, this game is made by a small team. I don't know how small, I don't know the numbers, but it is it's not an EA type of company making this game, where they probably have a lot of people. When it's them making another game, it's just them adding more grass texture to the game. And this game is a full-on experience into the genre of arcade sports games. I stopped playing FIFA around like FIFA 15. I felt like it was worth to keep going. I love the Ultimate Team. I used to watch all those FIFA YouTubers, but that game now, I see so much people talking shit on that game, yet it has tons of players still. Because ultimately, it's soccer, football. People love it. So I'm more than happy to support this dev team, because I know they're passionate about soccer themselves from going to Sifu and then them wanting to make another multiplayer game. They said themselves, I think, they wanted to make this game because of how passionate they are about football. So I want to support that. I was honestly worried about Rematch. I even made a video talking about how this game needs to succeed. It needs to be the next big thing. But even if it isn't, as long as it has a good community, just people play, there's some good matches, I would honestly be so happy with that. And the reason I was worried was because the first beta I tried only had like 3K players. And I thought that was because people just didn't really care about it. I think it was a mix of people not knowing about it and them only sending a certain amount of invites, which I was lucky enough to get in. And I really thought people wouldn't bat an eye to this game since FIFA exists. I would say Rocket League too, but I feel like these games aren't really comparable. I don't know. Rocket League seems more mechanical in a sense, with how like you have to dribble and pass and like focus boost and all that. I don't know. That game's hard to me. But come around the second beta of Rematch, and this game had 100,000 people playing it. And this is PC alone. I know the console player base is probably going to be bigger. And I know they said crossplay isn't going to be implemented the first day, but they're working towards it really fast. So that's like something that is, they know they have to reach that point pretty early on into the game. And that's going to be so good for the longevity of the game. But I could not believe my eyes seeing 100,000 people playing this game. I was so excited for the game, the developers, that so much people were checking it out because I am so passionate about this game. Not only that, but people were making YouTube videos like Dado. I don't know how you say the name properly, but I would watch him for Dragon Ball Fighters. And to see him making videos on this game, I don't even know if he likes soccer, but his videos were doing so well. TikToks too were being posted. I was posting TikToks. They were getting tons of likes, more than my average videos before my TikTok got hacked. TikTok, get back to me. So the worry I initially had for this game is now completely gone. I browse the Reddit. I see people complaining that it's $30, but then there's always people backing it up and saying how worth this game is and why it deserves your $30. So yes, in a world where Xbox raising prices, Nintendo raising prices, and accessories, tariffs, all this shit that's going on in the world, yes, Rematch is worth the $30. And my left nut because of how much fun this game is. I hope there's more game modes to this game, like a 2v2, you know, like a small-sided type of game with smaller goals, no goalie, just straight up passing, smaller field. I think things like that wouldn't be that hard to implement, but it'd be really cool to have, and it'd just be amazing to have that variety. That's all I want, though. That's my only dreams for this game. People want collabs with Blue Lock. I don't know. Blue Lock players scare me. I feel like that. I never read or watched that show, but all I know, you gotta be an egoist or something. But that's not really soccer, in my opinion. Like I said, this is the most passionate I've been in a while about a game. So I'm out of here. That's all I wanted to talk about.